go.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, real time, Prince Blue. Talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, coach, talk that, talk that, talk that, coach, talking entertainment too. Look, we are not the same as you. Look, we don't need a thing, just you. Just making sure the gang come through.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? What is up? It is Real Time with Prince Blue. I am your host, Prince Blue, Dr. Prince Blue, whatever you want to call me. But welcome. I hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for joining me this Friday. Like I said before, I'm not competing with football on Thursdays, so we either going to do this on Thursdays at 7 or Fridays when I can. The reason why I didn't do it yesterday because my daughter wanted to see a football game and she told me last minute, and like a father who's dealing with a girl who's a girl dad, I couldn't say no. So I took my daughter to her high school, to her school football game, and she enjoyed it. And we had fun because those are the things that you can't get back. I could do this podcast anytime, but you can't get those moments back when you want to hang out with your kids and your family. So I took care of that. But thank you everybody for joining me. Now, no, you are not mistaken. This episode is not going to be for the faint at heart. We're going to tell some real truths, and it's going to be circled around body positivity, body shaming, bullying, fat, small, thick, skinny, pleasantly plump, chunky, obese, chunk-a-monk, whopper, wildebeest, whatever the name is you want to call. We're going to be talking about it because we're talking about something that everybody sees but nobody wants to actually say out loud, and that's obesity and body positivity. Now listen, before you start typing angry comments, don't get it twisted. I'm not here to shame anybody. I know the struggle. I've lived it. But at some point, we got to stop pretending that body positivity and health are the same thing. We're living in a world where being overweight is marketed like it's a lifestyle brand. Plus size mannequins, diseases. You're suddenly labeled a fat shame. We got airline seat arguments. We got TikTok influencers eating 10,000 calories on camera like it's a badge of honor. When did we start glorifying the very thing that is killing us? Obesity, being out of shape. And here's the kicker. If you mention the health risks of obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, you're suddenly labeled a fat shamer, fat phobic. Nah, I'm just telling you the truth. Your doctors, your friends, your families, your followers, your supporters, your enablers, they're too scared to say it because they don't want to end up as a TikTok trend for being quote unquote mean. Look, body positivity is great when it's about loving yourself, having confidence, not letting society dictate your worth. I'm all for that. Absolutely all for that. But when it becomes a shield to avoid accountability, when it tells people that being unhealthy is not normal but something to be celebrated, that's not positivity. That's dangerous. So tonight we're going to laugh, we're going to ruffle some feathers, and we're going to talk about what's real, because the truth might sting a little, but the truth will also save your life, because it saved my life as well. Like I said, if you're just joining us, welcome everybody. Welcome Brian. Welcome Pat. Yeah, it's funny. This is AJ's phobia and he is not in here. Somebody text AJ and tell him to get in here. This should be his favorite episode. So now, without further ado, let's get started with our real-time recap.
Was set up a table. ain't TSU no more, boy. Hey, what's up, man? Like, I'm pressing hell. You feel me? Like, it's a crazy day out here. It's TSU. You feel me? Hold up.
Okay, so let's start off with this first. In the real time recap, I recap some things that has went on through the week. I hit a rapid fire on them, give my spin on them, and then I get into the meat of the episode. So, what did you see there? That was Cam Higby, a part of. I don't even give a damn about his brand or whatever it is. I'm not going to give him any free publicity. But what you saw was two quote unquote MAGA supporters go to Tennessee State, and they wanted to have a debate, Charlie Kirk style. But what you didn't see in that video was they wore that MAGA hat, went to a HBCU, and pretty much they went to antagonize black students. Listen, they sat at a table, took a Sharpie, wrote on two poster boards that all illegals should be deported and DEI should be illegal. That was their conversation starter. And they thought that those black students were going to just sit there and have a conversation with them with that BS. Let me tell you something. I don't know what MAGA these quote unquote new supporters, these young TikTok trending influencers are a part of, but that's not the one that I'm a part of. That's not the one that I reference when it comes to making sure that we make America great again. That's what happens when you get low IQ. You mix low IQ with low emotional intelligence, and you couple that with the want to be popular and to trend. That's what you get. It seems like since Charlie has been gone, it's some misguided souls that want to quote unquote be the new Charlie or create a new order in a vacuum. And I'm here to tell you that you're failing. You're failing because you forgot the very thing why Charlie did whatever he did when he went and debated at these campuses. He didn't do it to antagonize. He did it to have conversations, to spread the word, to big up his Lord Savior Jesus Christ, our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. He didn't go to antagonize and piss people off on purpose. That's what you did. After we just watched Charlie's life leave his soul, leave this earth in front of his children by a shot to the neck, by an assassination, you thought that it would be smart to put on a MAGA hat and go to a HBCU and antagonize a whole bunch of black students. And what they didn't show in that video is it was a whole bunch of students that were trying to have a conversation and understand what was the purpose of you being there. And you couldn't even do it. You couldn't even debate yourself. Listen, everybody thinks they can debate. Everybody thinks they can have a conversation. But when you really talk to them and when you really get to the foundation of who they are, they're worthless. They're not smart. They're not intelligent. They're not streetwise. They're not able to think on their feet. And they're not able to think past the talking points that have been given to them in a brochure that they read online. Cam Higby, whenever you want to have the conversation, MAGA to MAGA, we can have this. I may not be as big time as you, but we can have the conversation because I want to know what possessed you to do what you did. What possessed you to pull that stunt? And before you think I'm just some regular person, or I'm just some regular YouTuber or some regular podcaster, let me give you my resume. A resume that should resonate with MAGA. retired military, retired police, well educated, doctor's degree, married, family man, no criminal past, no criminal history. Let's talk. Let's have the conversation. And let's see how you get backed up in the corner and you can't use those tropes that you thought that you was going to use with those students at Tennessee. Let's have the conversation, Cam. But you know why you won't have the conversation? Because you're incapable and you want it to be disingenuous. See, I'm not for bad faith conversations. I'm for solutions. And people like you make it harder for real MAGA who's really trying to be out here and make a difference. The Jason Tatums of the world, the Craig Longs of the world, the AJs of the world, the Keishas of the world, the conservative ants of the world. Real conservative MAGA who's trying to make a difference out here. Trying to really engage and have conversation. You're no worse than the radical left that tries to do things purposely to piss people off. So you and your crispy MAGA hat that's probably never been out of the box can go to hell. Or you could reach out to me and you could debate me. Real Prince Blue across all social media platforms. If you're a follower of his, send this video. Tell him I'll be waiting. Next up on the real time recap, we have what else? Ryan Clark again, race baiting again. This time, I know Lamar Jackson is so sick of Ryan Clark using him to do this racial gender bender ideology thing. But take a listen.
And I want to say it to you, and I want to say it to Randall Cunningham, and I want to say it to Russell Wilson, and I want to say it to Michael Vick. This is the evolution of the position. Yeah. Without Randall Cunningham having to try to conform and be a pocket passer and also show his athleticism, we don't get to Michael Vick. Mm-hmm. And without Michael Vick accepting that and working to become a better passer, working to become a better leader, we don't get a Cam Newton. Yep. And if Cam Newton doesn't bring the style of play that he had the opportunity to bring from Auburn to the NFL and win an MVP doing it, we don't have a Lamar Jackson. Correct. See, we've needed at that position, because of all the negativity surrounding whether or not people like you can play it, we needed each of you to get to this point. Yes. And that's why we need Lamar Jackson to take that next step and hold that Lombardi trophy the same way we all cried when Doug Williams did it in the 80s. Yes.
I'm sorry. Did Russell Wilson not win a Super Bowl? Did Jalen Hurts not win a Super Bowl? What is this fascination with Ryan Clark as making Lamar Jackson the quote-unquote evolution of the black quarterback? Is Jalen Hurts not black? Is Russell Wilson not black? So I'm trying to figure out, what is it, Ryan Clark? Is it that Jalen Hurts and Russell? And see, this is the problem I had, because then you start trying to define what is black, what is blackness. But we have to have these conversations because people like Ryan Clark keep painting us in a box as to what blackness is. So what is blackness? Having a shiny grill like Lamar Jackson, having his hair braided, having his hair out, speaking with a southern drawl. I don't get it. Is Jalen Hurts not black because he's articulate, he speaks, and he holds his emotions in check, and he knows who he is, he's comfortable who he is? Is Russell Wilson not black because he speaks highly of his faith? He's quote unquote corny, or he's a great father figure, he's a great role model? I'm confused. Why is Lamar Jackson this evolution? And you say he needs to hold the Lombardi to pass the evolution. No, the evolution has already been set by the people you said, by the Doug Williams, by the Randall Cunninghams, by the Michael Vicks, by the Donovan McNabbs, by the Warren Moons, by the Jalen Hurts, by the Russell Wilsons, and the next crop of them, the Jay and Daniels. the CJ Strouds. So what is it, Ryan Clark? You're gonna have to explain to me, Ryan Clark, why are you always trying to put Lamar Jackson as this quote unquote trope of what a black quarterback is supposed to be? I need to know, Ryan, and you have not yet to say it. I need you to honestly know. Forget that. I'm tired of beating around the bush. I need you to say it. You want him to be it because you think that that's what he's the quote unquote the hip part of blackness. He's hip hop. He's cool. He got all that swag to him. He runs really, really fast. He's a highlight reel. You know what black excellence really should be? Not just making it to the NFL, not just having MVPs. Black excellence should be holding that Lombardi like Russell Wilson did, like Jalen Hurts did, like Doug Williams did. We are to the point where now black excellence, the standard should be higher. Don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson, phenomenal. He's on a trajectory of being a Hall of Famer because he's a 2-time MVP, and the stats that he's putting up is wild. But winning means something. Leading grown men to the absolute pinnacle of your profession should mean more than a grill, than hair wild, than swag, than rap music. And you know what's funny? I bet you Lamar Jackson is sick of you, Ryan Clark. I bet you he just want to play ball, and he don't want no parts of all this racial crap that you keep trying to peddle to people. You have been, nobody in the media has had the trajectory you've had, Ryan Clark. I just don't get it, and I never will. This is the same conversation y'all had when it was Russell Wilson against Cam Newton. Y'all made Cam Newton, quote unquote, the black prototype of the quarterback, and y'all made Russell Wilson out to be like some lame who wasn't successful in his own right. Actually successful on the field, won the Super Bowl trophy, had a chance to win too. We're not going to talk about that. That's a sore spot. But he's a Super Bowl champion. Ryan Clark, man, like, dude, leave the race stuff alone. At least make it count. It's a lot of things going on in the NFL, and being the quote unquote evolution of the black quarterback, that was a wild discussion. But that's what sports talk is these days. Now, let's get to I said what I said.
I said what I said.
When are we going to understand that it's all the same thing? They're trying to exterminate fat people. They want to get rid of us. It's all white supremacy. Fat.
So wanting fat people, overweight people, obese people, pleasantly plump people, chunky people to lose weight is white supremacy. Okay, let's hear what she says.
Phobia is racism. They're so excited that they found a drug that makes it so we don't exist anymore. If tomorrow they released a drug that said we cured blackness, if you just take this pill, you can be white. It's all the same thing.
I am so. No, let me finish. Let me
Comparing
finish.
losing weight to oppression, to genocide. Let's stop. This isn't some political horror show. It's weight loss. Getting healthier and losing weight isn't racism. It's taking care of your body. Obesity is what's killing people here. It's not the act of fixing it. Losing weight and bettering your health isn't oppression. It's not some conspiracy theorist where they're trying to exterminate all of you guys. The real danger is going to be believing that.
Well, first of all, let's start here. Why any type of problem, any type of issue, you immediately want to attach it to the plight of black people. Racism. I've been black 43 years of my life. I've been fat and morbidly obese 21 of them. I will say it again. Let's do the math. I have been black for 43 years. I have been obese. Well, I was obese up until last month. You see the difference? I can't do anything with this. This is God-given. This is what I have. This is who I am. This is what I am. I can most certainly do something with this, with this, with this. Comparing being obese and having a lack of discipline for what you put in your mouth has nothing to do with racism. And I'm so sick and tired of y'all using that as a reason to get us emotional, to get us on your side. That you did the same thing with pride stuff. You do the same thing with anything that's degenerate. You try to attach it to racism because you know a lot of the low IQ is going to come a running. They're going to come running because they're like, oh, anything that's like racism is bad. And I got to stick with it. No, ma'am. If there was a pill invented right now that said that I could be white, I won't take it. A lot of black people won't take it. And why is it that we have to do, why is it we're taking the pill? Why didn't you use the example if there was a pill that said that could turn white people to black people, would they take the pill? Why didn't you use that? You know why you didn't use that? Because you know the answer. You disingenuous marshmallow. You know the answer. You know white people is not taking a pill to be black. But you knew that. You knew that just as much as you know a whole sheet of Oreos is not good. So we can drop all the name calling and all the fat phobic and fat shaming and all that stuff. Fat phobia is a fear of fat people. I don't fear fat people. But I tell you what I do fear. I fear dying. I fear not being healthy. I fear being out of shape. I fear not being healthy enough to play with my children. I fear that I'm not healthy enough to be active. That's phobia. If you want to call that fat phobia, then guilty. But you coming on this internet being loud, being wrong, and being obnoxious and being disingenuous is not going to fly. It's not. Crazy. All right, now it's time for Ayo Pause.
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Dan, by the way.
Let's count the calories for this little snack, shall we?
The lumberjack slam?
Yes. How would you like your eggs cooked?
Scrambled?
Scrambled with cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
And then instead of the ham, can I get sausage? Extra sausage?
1,360 calories.
And did you want? Okay, well it comes with pancakes already. So did you want to stay with the toast?
Yes, the white
Okay,
toast.
white.
And then can I? I'm sorry.
To drink?
Oh, can I get a raspberry tea?
78 calories.
And then can I get an order of the cinnamon pancakes?
1,030 calories.
And then an order of the mozzarella sticks?
739 calories.
And then an order of the buffalo chicken?
770 calories.
Boneless.
Okay, buffalo, barbecue.
Buffalo.
You want those all first?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And then...
And then?
An order of French toast.
Just
500
a
calories.
Absolutely.
And that'll be it.
Perfect. Give me a minute to bring out your drinks for you guys, okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Did you want ranch for your...
Yes.
wings? Okay.
4,477 calories in one sitting and not a please in sight. And if you've seen this guy's content, you know that there will be nothing left behind. And what blows my mind is the fact that some of y'all actually support this.
4,477 calories just for breakfast. Let me say it again. 4,447 calories for breakfast. To give you an example, an Olympic athlete who's getting ready for the Olympics doesn't eat that much in one sitting. Pancakes, sausage. Of course, you wanted sausage. Chicken, boneless wings, ranch, French toast. This is mukbang culture. If you don't know what a mukbang is, it's when people eat on camera and people pay them. People pay them to eat. People pay them to stuff their face, to be gluttonous. Because for some reason you either like the sound of them smacking, you like the sound of them eating, you like to see the food in their mouths. These people make money. I'm talking about tens, thousands, hundreds, thousands of dollars. Because people pay them to kill themselves. But I'm body shaming and I'm fat phobic if I say that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. To give you a glimpse of what a normal person is, right now I'm between 12 to 1,600 calories a day. If that. Like I'm trying. He tripled that in one sitting. He didn't have to make any decisions. He didn't have to say, you know what, instead of French toast, I'm gonna have eggs and just regular toast, or I'm just gonna have 2 pancakes, not French toast. He said, give it all to me. And she was like, you want ranch? Do you want syrup? Do you want this? Do you want that? Because she knows that tip is about to be glorious. That is crazy. We'll be back after this message.
I know. You're probably wondering what's going on. Well, I'm here to tell you. It's me, Inked. And I need you guys to head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. Yes, that's right. Trifecta merch is here. It is here for our Trifecta family to show their love and support and advertise for free. Well, not technically for free. You did pay for it. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Head on over to ajsrantroom.com and pick up your Trifecta merch. We're all inclusive. If Prince can wear it, so can you. Have a good one.
It's always lit over at ajsrantroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to ajsrantroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed.
All right. Now it is time for Cap Check.
The lies. There you go. Lies. This bitch. I'm telling you. Trifling.
All right, it's time for Cap Check, y'all. And this is the one that's probably going to hurt some feelings. But listen, it is what it is. Check it out.
My name is Carrie. I'm a personal trainer and a power lifter who lives 4 days a week, and this is what my body looks like. Which means that when I post my workouts on social media, most people assume I'm just starting my fitness journey. I've been working as a fitness professional for 5 years now, and that part still rubs me the wrong way. Because there are so many people in larger bodies moving their bodies regularly and accomplishing their goals in the gym, and they'll always be seen as a beginner because the size of their body hasn't dramatically changed.
Hey, look, man, all y'all can't be personal trainers. This is getting out of hand. We need to talk to ACE, ISSA, NASM. What the hell is going on? Y'all can say I'm body shaming. I don't care. You can't be morbidly obese and call yourself a personal trainer. What do most personal trainers help with? Losing weight or building muscle? What the hell is she teaching? Like, I'm sorry, this personal training stuff ain't about hiring somebody to make you feel good. Just get a workout partner for that. Personal trainers, fitness coaches, whatever you want to call it, are supposed to lead by example. We are life changers. You can't possibly do that if you got the same issue as somebody who's looking to hire someone to help them. And then she said something about just moving her body. That's great. I'm glad you are moving your body. Check that box off. Amazing.
Wow. So, here is where we get a little bit real. Not a little bit real, all the way real. Let me ask y'all something. Would you go to a mechanic that doesn't have a car? Would you get real estate advice from a homeless person? Would you get financial advice for somebody who's broke? Would you get marriage advice for somebody who's been divorced 18 times from somebody who's not married? No. I'm not going to a personal trainer that's in worse shape than me. You know what an obese personal trainer really is? It's a glorified counselor, a yes man, yes woman. And then you got people in the comments saying, I personally like somebody that's my body type because they understand what I'm going through. That's the problem. That's the problem. You want somebody to understand you. Why do you want somebody to understand that you're morbidly obese and you're killing yourself? No, scratch that. You want somebody to understand that, and you want that person to correct it, to help you become a better version of yourself. She has been a personal trainer.
Amazing. Congrats. A lot of people do that. But
She
don't get
has
mad
been.
My name is Carrie. I'm a personal trainer and a power lifter who
A personal trainer and a power lifter. She threw that power lifter in there because mass moves mass. I don't want my personal trainer looking like that. We can work out together. We can be each other's support, but you're not training me. Because what happens when it comes to nutrition? What advice are you going to give me when it comes to nutrition? What advice? What advice are you going to give me when it comes to nutrition? You can't give me any nutritional advice because you're not following that same nutritional advice. You're not going to sit here and tell me you're eating in a caloric deficit when you're that big. There's no way. There's no way. And shout out to C Marty Fit on Instagram because he's been holding, especially people in the black community, making us accountable. Stop letting us be big backed and having excuses for being big backed. You've been a personal trainer for 5 years and haven't lost a single pound. You're the type that works out, probably does an incredible workout, then goes and have a grand slam at Denny's. All the syrup, all the trimmings. There is no, a personal trainer should be in shape. But what is this shape? We come in all different shapes and sizes. BS. Yes, we do all come in shapes and sizes. But you're in the shape that I don't aspire to be. That I don't want to be. When you see a personal trainer, it's somebody that looks the part, sounds the part, or at least have done it. Because a lot of personal trainers are either ex-athletes, ex-bodybuilding fitness competitors, or they're just somebody that is just a fitness fanatic and fitness is their life and they really want to change lives. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So that's cap. You can't be obese and be a personal trainer. That's cap. And then there's another obese personal trainer that runs around doing cartwheels and stuff. Guaranteed he probably sleeps on his stomach. But yeah, he does cartwheels. And hold on real quick. To all you influencers, you body positivity influencers that are around here preying on people with low self-esteem or people who just want to be told that it's okay to continue to be unhealthy, you're Satan. You try to say it as, oh, I'm just trying to, I don't want people to feel bad. I don't want to body shame people. We all come in different sizes, this, that, and the third. Long as you're moving, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. That's bullshit. I know what you're doing. You're pandering because that's all your followers. If all your followers are overweight people, obese people who have not lost a single pound and continue to get bigger since they followed you and engaged in your content, guess what? You're a problem. Since I've cleaned up my algorithm and since I follow certain people, certain fitness influencers, certain people, and yes, I do follow people that are obese, that have been obese or are now currently in their weight loss deficit and are still obese. I follow them. You know why? Because they're transparent. And they be like, yes, I messed up today. But so far I've done this, I've done that. So I'm seeing the transformation. I'm seeing them getting better. But they're not out here calling themselves personal trainers. And guess what? I guess anybody can be a personal trainer. Long as you pass the test, pay the fee, get all the certifications, you could be a personal trainer. What if they did police like that? What if they did doctors like that? Hey, long as you could pass the test and stuff like that, you good. But I know you suck at taking out hearts. I know you suck at doing surgery, but you could pass the test. Crazy work. I just don't understand that type of mindset. I don't. and you fitness influencers that's out here that's contributing to that and being like, oh, don't feel bad. Um, don't feel bad. Everything is okay. You'll be good to go. Fine. Don't even just go to school and become a damn just go to school and become a damn therapist. Cause then you can really tell people it's okay. And you don't have to have the personal trainer label. There you go. All right. I've been told that the ring lights are shining in my glasses. I don't give a shit. I was told that lighting is your best friend. So guess what? You gonna get these lights. You can't tell me to have lights and then complain when I have lights. There you go. Now it's time for Paging Dr. Blue.
Paging Dr. Blue.
Boom. Let's talk about me. I've been talking about everybody else. Let's talk about me. The reason why I'm so passionate about this, the reason why I believe that we need to do better is because I've been there, done that. I always told y'all, I'm not going to tell y'all to do something or not do something that I haven't done. I'm not. On the left, 305 pounds at 5'9". A1C of 11. Blood type gravy. Blood type spaghetti. Blood type cream. Blood type hostess. Insulin pump. High blood pressure. Breathing hard. Sweating. Suits made out of carpet. Suits made out of curtains. Embarrassed. Depressed. Really hated the way I looked, the way I felt. I showed up to my retirement banquet. This was when I retired from the police department. I showed up 305 pounds, looking like a damn shiny disco ball. That was in 2019. I was 305 pounds. To the right, that was the wedding I just went to one of my best friends. Shout out to Fogie and shout out to Jessica. Their wedding was lovely, and thank you for letting me be a part of that. And I love you both. On the right, 205 pounds. From 2019 to now, I've lost a total of 100 pounds. Was it easy? No. Did I slip up? A lot of times. Do I slip up now? Absolutely. Have I had all the help in the world? You bet your damn life. Pick it. Monjaro, Ozempic, Trulicity. You pick it. You name it. But what I found out, that none of that stuff matters if your mindset and if your lifestyle doesn't change. This person on the left, that was 305 pounds, taking 7 to 8 medications. I thought that you could just take those medications and it would just go away. Everything would just melt off. The person to the right, He can't go a day without being in the gym. If he's not in the gym, he's thinking about the next time he's going to the gym and how he can tweak something and how he can make it better. Let me tell you something. You can take all the Mounjaro, all the Trulicity, all the Ozempic in the world. You can take all the weight loss drugs in the world. But if you don't change your mindset, if you don't change the way you live, you're going to gain it back and then some. Or you're just going to be extra unhealthy with a whole bunch of drugs in your gut. That's it. I'm in the gym minimum 4 times a week. Minimum. I changed my eating habits. I went pescatarian last January, and I'm never going back. This person on the right, his A1C is a 5.4. So according to the literature, according to medical, according to metabolic tests, I no longer have type 2 diabetes. It's in remission. Blood pressure, great. Cholesterol, great. Went from a 3-4X shirt to now a large. Pants 2-3X to a medium. I don't eat fish fillets no more. Matter of fact, let me tell you this story. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I was like starving. I had nothing. Like I was just starving. I was starving. And McDonald's. I stopped at McDonald's and I got a fish fillet sandwich. After I ate that fish fillet sandwich, like my mouth was dry. Like my mouth had this bad taste to it. Like I just felt like crap. And at that moment, I knew. See, once you have real fish, once you have, even if it's a fried fish sandwich, once you have an authentic fish sandwich, it's nothing like it. Like you can tell when you're eating something that's processed crap and it's not good for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I eat other things. Like I have my snacks. I do whatever. But what you're not going to catch me do, you would never have me eating a whole sleeve of Oreos, eating a whole sleeve of Chip Ahoy's, eating a whole cheesecake, all that stuff. That stuff is over. It's done. I will never go back to this again. That person on the left. And even now, I still have another number. I have a number in my head that I want to get to. And that's between me, God, and my workouts. And Lord willing, if I get to that number, I don't know what I'm going to do. But right now, I'm really enjoying the process. And I hope that everybody out there, if you're on your weight loss journey, I hope you're enjoying the process as well. I hope you really are. I hope you are. Because I am. Like I love going to the gym. Like once you start getting that feeling of going to the gym, it's nothing like it. Once you get into that mode where it, like working out is a part of you, it's a part of your routine, you don't want to give it up. Like my wife would tell you, if I don't go to the gym, I'm miserable. I'm a bastard. Sometimes she tell me like you to give you an example, when we go on vacations now, I make sure I have my workout gloves and I make sure I have workout clothes with me because I'm going to find the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out. And that's what it's all about. Just do something, but don't make just doing something the standard. Improve on that. You have so much potential. But you don't want to realize it because you don't want to be uncomfortable. That's where the real change is, when you get uncomfortable. And body shaming, all that stuff, trust me, it works. Ain't nothing like walking into a place and somebody, like, when you walking into it and you 305 pounds, you like this, you can see where people like, look at this. Here he comes squeezing in on the airplane seat. Why he breathing hard? Why he snoring? Why he sweating? The way you look speaks to your discipline. It really does. It speaks to your discipline. Whether you like it or not. When you go on a job interview, if you big and sweating and slovenly, you don't think an employer is going to be like, okay, how many sick days they going to need? What's their lab work like? Am I going to be worried if they're going to have a heart attack or a stroke while on duty? So when you thinking you ain't get a job because of your race and your gender and your sex and all that stuff, you probably didn't get a job because you're round. Maybe you could be a personal trainer being round. Improve your discipline. Improve your self-control. Improve your self-worth. Been there, done that. I will never go back to that. Bye-bye, 305. It would be funny if I said 304. Y'all know what a 304 is, right? Bye-bye, 304. Don't laugh. They gonna add fat to the Civil Rights Act. They might. Since being fat is racist now, I don't know what it is. Like, no, just stop eating. Work out. Move around. Have some discipline. Now it's time for Dumbass of the Week. All right. Dumbass of the Week. And I saved this for the end because this is another thing that is probably going to piss some people off, but I don't give a damn. So, let's talk about it.
28 weeks pregnant. You know what I'm gonna take? Some Tylenol, acetaminophen. It's gonna work like a charm, and my baby won't have autism.
You literally, you can't make this up. You can't be that infected with Trump derangement syndrome that you're willing to risk your baby to prove a point. This is where we are. And I'm so sick and tired of autism being an excuse for people being completely ignorant and dumb. My youngest is autistic. Real autistic, not TikTok autistic, not Instagram autistic, not self-diagnosed autistic. Autistic, diagnosed by a doctor. And you know why stuff like this pisses me off? Because I know all the precautions that my wife took to make sure that what happened happened. And I know how sometimes she feels in some way it's her fault. And I have to console her and let her know that it's not that. It's just that God made him special just the way that he is. And he's our little superhero, and he will be treated as such. So for you to be so flippant when Tylenol themselves have put out a disclaimer that they do not recommend that pregnant women take Tylenol while pregnant. You people are so stupid. You always want to talk about slavery. You always want to talk about this, that, and the third. Back in the day, what happened? Women back in the day used to have kids. No anesthesia, no nothing. I watched my wife do water birth, natural water birth with all our children. No medicine, no nothing. You really got your little funky little self on the internet, turned your camera on and said, I'm going to take an over-the-counter drug while being pregnant just to prove a point, just to prove Donald Trump wrong. Do y'all see what's wrong with that picture? Do you see how sick y'all are? And this is my problem. Women are so quick to say, men can't tell us what to do with our bodies. Men can't tell us to do with our body. Isn't that our child too? We don't have a say in our child's health. We don't have a say. So I'm trying to figure out what point was you proving taking Tylenol on camera? These are these are the same people that tell you that being fat is okay, being sexually promiscuous is okay, having a little wine every now and then is okay. These what these people are. And you know what's funny? As a woman, I feel like since in your nature it is for you to be a nurturer, why would you even, if there's a slight chance that your baby can be harmed, why would you take that chance? To prove Donald Trump wrong? Donald Trump, what is he supposed to do with that video? What is RFK supposed to do with that video? I mean, what is it? But this is also the same internet where we have parents openly flaunting their kids that have fetal alcohol syndrome. We know what that looks like. So I guess taking Tylenol doesn't matter if you're smoking blunts and drinking alcohol and doing all types of other things while your baby is in utero. I fight for my life every day in this world not to lose my religion, cursing somebody the hell out. My cousin D told me, she was like, sometimes you just got to put the internet down because the internet would just make you think that people are really, everybody is like that. I hope that your husband came home and he said, what the hell were you thinking? So to prove another man wrong, not the man that you married, not the man that you're having a baby with, his opinion doesn't matter, but Donald Trump's and RFK opinion matter. Or user number 1234 on TikTok or Instagram, their opinion matter more than the opinion of doctors, the opinion of Tylenol, and the opinion of your husband. Make it make sense. You can't make it make sense. It will never make sense. So there you go. Congratulations, dumbass of the week. In the next, what she said, 28 weeks, the next 13 weeks. Hee-haw, hee-haw, hee-haw. Stupid. Well, that's our show for today. I appreciate everybody for joining me. Thank you so much again for rocking with me on this Friday. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with me. I got people on Facebook. I got somebody on Twitch. What? Shout out to Twitch. Whoever's listening to me on Twitch, spread the word. I appreciate you. Shout out to my YouTube fam as always. I'm just so excited. Somebody's watching me on Twitch. Who knew? But thank you. Yes, you can find me at Real Prince Blue across all social media platforms. Let me put it up right there. Boom. Real Prince Blue on all social media platforms. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. I appreciate y'all. Go Birds. We got Tampa Bay. We gonna do what we gotta do. Shout out to Seahawks. Shout out to the Niners. And that's the only people I mentioned because that's my trifecta fam. That's the only people I care about. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next week, Thursday at 7. I say it with a question mark because things may change, but make sure you hit that notification bell because if they do change, when I do go live, you will get the notification. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to all my fams. Shout out to AJ for these fire graphics. People love them. I appreciate you, my brother. You are the man. I appreciate everybody for listening. Shout out to Mo. Oh, before I go, shout out to one person who, Lord willing, she is always listening to my show, no matter what. My thoughts and prayers are to you, cousin. We love you. We're pulling for you. We're rooting for you. And we know that God is he always has the right answer and he's going to make a way. And I appreciate you. I love you. And that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. We are out of here. I will catch y'all next week. Peace.
Come through. Real time. Real time. Real time. Real time. Real time. Prince Blue. Real time. Real time. Real time. Prince Blue. Real time. Prince Blue. Real time.